You're welcome back to Abia TV News Tonight. Our conversation segment centered on the Abia International Airport groundbreaking. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, has officially flagged off the construction of Abia International Airport at Nsulu, Isialangwa North local government area of Abia State, with a declaration that President Bola Tinubu is interested in connecting Abia to the world. Keyamo, who described Abia as the heartbeat of Southeast industrialization, praised Governor Alex Otti for his vision in converting the initial federal government project from an airstrip to an international airport, as well as his commitment to providing the needed counterpart funds. Keyamo, who described Abia as the heartbeat of the Southeast industrialization, has also praised Governor Otti for his vision in converting it from an airstrip to an international airport. The Aviation and Aerospace Minister assured the indigents of the host communities that they would be given priority in the first appointments and employments at the airport. Well, joining me now to talk further on this is Ferdinand Ekeoma, and he's a special advisor to Governor Otti on media and publicity. Good evening, Mr. Ferdinand, and welcome to Abia TV tonight.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you for having me on the show.
I can be pretty sure how joyful it was seeing the groundbreaking ceremony that happened yesterday. The whole of Abia State was erupting in joy, and for such a big thing that was supposed to have been a long time ago, but of course the best time to also start it is now. Now tell us a bit more about this project. And the federal government, of course, wanted to just put up an airstrip, as I read earlier. But the governor had said he would upgrade with counterpart funds, to make it an international airport, which has also now prompted the federal government to say, okay, we can do more than just the passenger airport and now have the cargo airport, which is very great for Abia as a state, seeing that it's the industrialized state in the Southeast. How does this make Abians feel? A few weeks ago, when we had you on the same show, we talked about the people who were aggrieved at the Nsulu community, yes, and they were protesting about the government taking over their land for an airport, and they didn't like that. So I'm asking, what's the compensation plan for the Nsulu community, saying it's an agrarian community, and of course, there's still people who are aggrieved. How does the government intend to bring them together and ensure that these people are sorted out, properly compensated, and of course, because they may never see it from the point of the government's view?
Thank you once again. We really do not have any issues with people expressing their disapproval in a very legitimate way. Of course, you will always react on the basis of either your knowledge or the information at your disposal. First, one of the major reasons for the protests, initial protests, was the reference they were making to their lands that had been taken in the past by the former government. And according to them, compensations were not paid, and the airport was never built. So, it's natural for them to make that comparison and get frightened that this might be happening again. Again, some persons who had issues, politically motivated issues with the government, now try to use that opportunity to hijack the whole thing. When the government, very responsibly started engaging the people, the real owners of the land, of course, they didn't protest again. So the ones that were protesting about 3 days ago or thereabout, of course, were hired. But the real owners of the land have been engaged, productively engaged, and they are very much on the same page and in agreement with the government. Because first, this is a government that has a kind of what I would call a verifiable antecedent and precedents that have been set in recent times. Let me give you an example. There is a road called, it was called Osa Road in Omaha, now Aguironsi Boulevard. Before the road was constructed or reconstructed and expanded, the government made wide consultations. This is a state capital People were paid compensation, not even a single soul. I mean, the hundreds of persons were affected, but not even a single person protested against the government because they were not the ones that came up with the idea of compensation. The government did, and everybody was happy. Okay. And the road was, built, expanded, very beautiful. You go to Owerenta, that is our boundary, the boundary, Abia boundary with Imo, to Omeka. We just started construction of the road. It's a federal government road, but we paid compensation. You look at Tawa to Onuimo, Tawa to another boundary of Abia with Imo. The government is already paying compensation. So what we do is we pay compensation before we commence. So we already have a verifiable record of cordial relationship with the people. So the most important thing is that the government is going to pay every single person that is going to be affected compensation. And it's not as if government just came and took where people are farming. If you go to the place, see thousands of hectares of land there, I mean, forest and all the rest of them. But of course, they are owned by the people. So government will do the needful to ensure that everybody is happy. Nobody is going to be shortchanged.
Great idea.
Development is already coming. It's going to come. It's going to be massive.
Right. And we're happy that the minister has said that the people there first will enjoy the employment benefits first before people from other communities. I want you to put a timeline to this project. It's very huge. So what duration are we looking at to the completion of the international airport in Abia State? I beg your pardon.
As announced by the governor, little over 30 months.
All right. So finally, before we go, the Minister of Aviation, of course, Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, spoke about how President Tinubu loves Governor Otti. He spoke about it extensively at the event yesterday, and we all heard it. And we also saw the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, at that event. Now, this event brought together, everybody, even the opposition. Are we likely to see the PDP also fall in line here, seeing that they had issues with the governor trying to run a shadow government?
Well, you could see that the BOT chairman of PDP was in attendance. He's not a part of the so-called shadow government. There are many respected leaders of the PDP in Abia State that are not on the same page with the people who say they are running a shadow government. Eminent PDP leaders are in support of what the governor is doing, because the kind of governance that is one that is practical, that people are seeing, whether in the area of health, in education, in road infrastructure, people are seeing and feeling the impacts. Roads, areas, rural areas, they were hitherto impassable, are witnessing massive development. So it's holistic. Look at our state capital. Look at Aba. Just ask anyone now, and I can boldly tell you, and this is verifiable, that Aba is becoming one of the cleanest cities in Nigeria today. In fact, the general manager of Abia State Environmental Protection Agency and the DG of Greater Aba Development Authority have been officially invited to Egypt to come and tell their story in one of the international organizations organized program that has to do with environment. This is just a year plus. I mean, the facts are there. You can run your own, you can ask questions, you can seek, run opinion polls to establish whether what I'm saying is the truth or not. So that tells you that people have eyes and they're seeing. So a lot of people are thinking beyond political party. They want to align with a government that is progressive, that is visionary, that is people-oriented, that is hardworking, and that is bringing results to the table. So it wasn't a surprise that a lot of people were there yesterday. So we are already together to a very great extent. A lot of them are supporting Governor Alex Otti, irrespective of the political parties.
Great news, and that's what it should be. And we want to say congratulations to Abia State. We get feeds all the time of how Abia is looking very clean and, of course, looking changed in the eyes of everybody. So maybe on our next time out with you,
we're going to get better.
Right. We'll likely discuss the power situation there, of course, but that will be in our next conversation because my time is up now. But thank you so much, Mr. Ferdinand Ekeoma, for honoring our invitation right here and speaking to us about that epoch-making event yesterday, the Abia International Airport groundbreaking. Thank you, and congratulations once again to Abia State.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you, and do have a lovely evening. God bless you.
Thank you. And that's all we have for you right here on Afiat TV News, streaming live from Enugu, Nigeria. And on behalf of the entire production team, I am Amazing Grace Ajayi. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.